Welcome to the Morristown Unitarian Fellowship. My name is Charles Loflin, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as your ministerial intern. I am so glad to have you here today. If you are joining us during our Facebook premiere or our YouTube premiere, then I invite you to say hello in the chat. As always, if you'd like to find out more information about the fellowship or our programming, you can visit our website at www.muuf.org. Again, it is a pleasure to have you with us today.
Good morning. My name is Sippie-Gora. We open our services at the Morristown Unitarian Fellowship by lighting a flaming chalice and by reciting the words of James Vila Blake. I invite you to join us. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Thank you.
Maybe Something Beautiful, How Art Transformed a Neighborhood by F. Isabel Campoy and Teresa Howell, illustrated by Rafael Lopez. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Mrs. Lopez, the lady with the sparkling eyes. She gave a songbird to Mr. Max and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her son. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. Then just like that, he dipped a brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. Sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said, a muralist. I paint on walls. I'm an artist too, she told him. He handed Mira a paintbrush. Then come on! Mira dipped it in the loudest color she saw. Yowie! The wall lit up like sunshine. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon Mr. Sachs joined in. Then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm. Salsa, merengue, bebop. Even Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party. Until the policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you? He asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush, and the music started again. Teachers and papas jumped in. Babies too. Mira and the man handed out paintbrush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets. So did joy. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine. And everyone danced. Together they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. And when their clothes were scattered with 1,000,000 colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. "You, my friends, are all artists," he told them. "The world is your canvas." He smiled wide. Then he pulled everything together in big, sweeping motions. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. And when he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe. The end.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when we share the silence of sacred space, and the God of our heart stirs within, and we feel the power of each other's faith, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place.
Good morning. Emergent Strategy, Shaping Change, Changing Worlds by Adrienne Marie Brown. My dream is a movement with such deep trust that we move as a murmuration, the way groups of starlings billow, dive, spin, dance collectively through the air to avoid predators, and, it also seems, to to pass time in the most beautiful way possible. When fish move in this way, they are shoaling. When bees and other insects move in this way, they are swarming. I love all of the words for this activity. Here's how it works in a murmuration, shoal, swarm. Each creature is tuned in to its neighbors, the creature right around it in the formation. This might be the birds on either side or the 6 fish in each direction. There is a right relationship, a right distance between them. Too close and they crash, too far away and they can't feel the micro-adaptations of the other bodies. Each creature is shifting direction, speed, and proximity based on the information of the other creature's bodies. There is a deep trust in this to lift because the birds around you are lifting, to live based on your collective real-time adaptations. In this way, thousands of birds or fish or bees can move together, each empowered with basic rules and a vision to live. Imagine our movements, cultivating this type of trust and depth with each other, having strategic flocking in our playbooks.
Hi, this is Will Sisti from the Service Auction team. Did you know that the service auction's been going on for nearly a week now? You could go online, togetherauction.com/muff, and go bid on some great items. Why don't you go do it right now? We'll pause service for 5 or 10 minutes. Go do it. What? Oh no, Allison says we can't do that. So after service, go to the website, get some bids in, a lot of great items, and really helps support our fellowship. Thanks, everybody.
Would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family, and there is sorrow in my town. There is a panic all across the nation, and there is wailing the whole world round. But I am open, and I am willing, for to be homeless would seem so strange. It dishonors would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Yes, I am open and I am willing, for to be hopeless would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change.
I am fascinated by murmurations, the phenomenon of hundreds or even thousands of starlings swooping, diving, turning, and climbing through the sky. For me, there is beauty in their movement, and there is profound mystery and what feels like creativity arising from apparent chaos. It hardly matters whether the starlings intend to create something beautiful or not. Either way, I am moved. I am humbled, awed, and thankful. A team of scientists published their analysis of starling murmurations in an intriguing journal article. It was titled, "Starling Flock Networks Manage Uncertainty in Consensus at Low Cost." They conclude that flocks of starlings exhibit a remarkable ability to maintain cohesion as a group in highly uncertain environments and with limited noisy information. Now, biologists already knew that starlings in a murmuration focus their attention on a fixed number of other starlings, which works out to be the 7 most immediate neighbors. But what was new in their findings, from investigating flocks that range in size from 440 to over 2,500, is the conclusion that when uncertainty in sensing is present, interacting with 6 or 7 neighbors optimizes the balance between group cohesiveness and individual effort. In her book, Emergent Strategy, Adrienne Marie Brown, in describing her concept of intentional adaptation, says, "My dream is a movement with such deep trust that we move as a murmuration, the way groups of starlings billow, dive, spin, dance collectively through the air, to avoid predators, and, it also seems, to pass time in the most beautiful way." This pattern of collective movement is repeated in the natural world. For fish, this is known as shoaling, and bees and insects exhibit this behavior in swarming. And I find this imagery so very compelling. Frequently, the models of animal behavior that are culturally dominant emphasize apex predators, ferocity, and power. The patterns that reinforce hierarchy and competition are selectively chosen as examples to validate predetermined dogma, when in reality, the natural world is also full of highly adaptive and collaborative life forms, and those provide a sustainable and perhaps a much-needed perspective. Additionally, I find resonance here with the particularities of religious community. Religious naturalism informs my theology, and the direct experience of transcending mystery and wonder always leaves me in a state of awe. But I also find that in these times of intense ambiguity and uncertainty, especially in the context of a global pandemic and a polarized political environment and social injustice, there is an opportunity for meaning-making using this imagery. I want to imagine with Adrienne Marie Brown what our movements cultivating this type of trust and depth with each other could be, having strategic flocking in our playbooks. And there are 3 aspects of this strategic flocking that I'd like to explore. The first is that strategic flocking optimizes the balance between group cohesion and individual effort. Now, this is a tension that has perhaps always been present in liberal religious community, and it most certainly has in Unitarian Universalism. In fact, I wonder if it is not the greatest challenge facing this faith. The 7 UU principles, when approached from an extremely individualistic lens, can ignore the injustice of racism and other oppressions. This is why the work of Paula Cole-Jones towards adoption of the 8th principle is seeking to address this limitation. The UUA Commission on Institutional Change, in their report Widening the Circle, call in part for an articulation of a clear theology of liberation. And I think the model of murmuration can guide us here, because it moves us beyond the false binary of choosing between our collective and individual identities and instead embraces a balance. It invites us to wrestle with this tension. It is an invitation to reject either or thinking in favor of a both and perspective. Secondly, I think strategic flocking is built on trust. The South African playwright Athol Fugard, in his play Road to Mecca, has a character Elsa who asks, "Do you know what the really big word is? I had it all wrong. Like most people, I suppose I used to think it was love. That's the big one, all right, but there's an even bigger one, trust, and more dangerous, because that's when you drop your defenses, lay yourself wide open, and if you've made a mistake, you're in big, big trouble, and it hurts like hell." You know, the character Elsa is speaking from her pain, but her observation is accurate. Trust is a big word. And Adrienne Marie Brown, borrowing the term from others, speaks of moving at the speed of trust. Now, the speed of trust can feel painfully slow, but it pales in comparison to the effort of restoration when trust has been broken. And I wonder what it would look like for our faith movement if we took seriously the task of building and rebuilding trust. Can you imagine, like the starlings, if we lifted because those around us were lifting? If we lived based on our collective real-time adaptations? Finally, I think strategic flocking requires right relationship. Murmurations require each creature to be attuned to their immediate neighbors. As Adrienne Marie Brown says, there is a right relationship, a right distance between them. Too close and they crash, too far away and they can't feel the micro-adaptations of the other bodies. As a covenantal faith, right relationship is critical for religious community and Unitarian Universalism. Like the starlings in a murmuration, each of us is tasked with maintaining right relationship. And that has to happen continuously, actively, intentionally. Such a commitment requires that we bring our whole selves to this work. And importantly, right relationship is neither too far away nor too close. Healthy boundaries also mean maintaining a healthy distance. Ultimately, right relationship is meaningless without accountability. And the hallmark of beloved community is not absence of conflict, but rather a commitment to right relationship so that conflict can be productive. So here today is my hope in a prayer. Strategic flocking, all of us together, bringing our full selves, trusting in the truth. Until we are all free, we are none of us free. Adjusting, moment by moment. Trying, failing, forgiving, then trying again. Not too close and not too far, but right. Just right. Tuned to our neighbors. This is how we move together as a murmuration. May it indeed be so.
Find a stillness, hold a stillness, essence carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony. Seek the essence, hold the essence, let the essence carry me. Let me flower, help me flower, watch me flower, carry me. In the Spirit, by the Spirit, with the Spirit giving power, I will find true harmony.
Our closing words are from Megan Swadoba. Our survival depends on the relationships we build. Some relationships are utilitarian, and sometimes that's okay. If I can be useful to others, I should be. I am not important, but what I do and don't do matters. My actions and inactions affect everyone and everything around me. We all play our role. None is more important than the others, but we all affect each other. Some roles and strategies seem insignificant or ineffective, but all together, all our different tactics and strategies and roles can get us what we need to survive and thrive. But it is not a sure thing. We must fight for it. May it be so.
From